Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto and welcome to this new video on Ethereum. I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're having a great start of this week. And in this video we'll focus on both the technicals and the fundamentals of Ethereum. We can say quite a lot about both of those elements. Obviously tomorrow we'll have the interest rate coming up, which is going to be very, very important for crypto, also for Ethereum therefore. So we'll briefly talk about that tomorrow. As most of you know, I update Ethereum daily. Tomorrow I'll do a full update on both the interest rate, but also on what the interest rate specifically means for Ethereum. But today we'll kind of already touch on the subject, and we'll focus on the technicals as well. Last 2 hours we dropped down a little bit with Ethereum. You can already see that yesterday evening we gave up our main support, I guess you could say, between 1760 and 1750. We gave that up, took a break retest, and that's what's happening right now. So we dropped down to our next support level around 1720 and ultimately 1700. So just wanted to give you my thoughts on what to expect in the next 24 hours, and as I said, we'll talk about the fundamentals briefly as well. So let's get right into it. Before we start though, I do want to say that if you want to receive daily trading signals, check out the description or the pinned comment. There you'll find instructions on how to join. All right, now let's really get into it. So the interest rate tomorrow is going to be important because quite a lot relies on it economically wise. All right, so usually when the interest rate goes up, it's bad for crypto. And that's also why the interest rate tomorrow is pretty important, because we do not know if it goes up or not. The expectation right now is 5%, but the market is pretty split between 5% and 4.75 because of the banking crisis. All of those problems with big banks in mainly the US, but also in Europe. They kind of lead to a lot of people saying that the Federal Reserve is probably not going to increase it to 5% because they need to calm it down a little bit, let the whole banking crisis stabilize, or let banks stabilize, and that therefore they're not going to raise it, because if they're raising it, you're also putting more pressure on the banks, which a big banking crisis would obviously be very bad. So the market is pretty split, and that's why that's that important. It's unpredictable. But yeah, as I said, tomorrow we'll do a deep dive, and I'll do some more research on what to expect because to be honest, there's a lot of circumstances at play. But right now, technically, as I said, Ethereum looks on the very, very short term, it looks bearish, but overall we're still very bullish, right? 1700 is a major support level, and then it's also paired up with especially that 50 EMA, which is fairly strong. So basically what I expect ahead of the interest rate tomorrow is stabilization. All right, I don't think, usually we do not see that many big moves or that much volatility when we're this close to a big event happening. So altogether, I think it's more likely that we'll kind of stay down here, and perhaps it kind of depends. I think we'll drop down to the 1710, 1700 level. If we barely get any support off of that, then there's still a possibility that we'll drop down all the way to 1680 and 1660. I doubt it, but it's more likely, I think, then that we would be able to get back above 1760 and rally up to 1800. All right, so I just think in general, my assumption or my summary is that we'll stabilize between 1760 and 1700, but if we do get some momentum, it would probably be bearish down towards 1680. I think this has like a 25-30% probability. I think it's more likely that we'll kind of stay in the areas where we are right now, because both 1700 is a strong level, but apart from that, Ethereum itself is I wouldn't see why we would be very bullish or very bearish, excuse me. Dollar strength index is still moving down, for example, so all the other circumstances are not pointing towards this bearish drop. But all right, we'll see. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, take care, and thank you for watching. Bye.